Alright guys, massive new info for Arknights Enfield. We have some massive rumors that have started popping up about one of the features that many players have been waiting for, and it is in the form of a brand new roguelike mode that has apparently been into development for quite some time, and we have a lot of new info on it. Even if half of this ends up being true, we have version 1.5 and version 1.6 that could become one of the biggest updates the game has ever had, especially with the addition of this new mode. So in today's video, I'll be going over everything we know so far about this new mode, the possible rewards, the brand new system, apparently with new characters. It's going to introduce a brand new character, and why this mode could completely change Enfield going forward. And real quick before we get into it, if you guys want to be kept updated on everything Arknights Enfield, make sure to like the video, subscribe, and turn on those notifications, because we have the 1.4 update approaching. We have the confirmation on pretty much the two characters part of 1.4, thanks to the earlier teaser. Plus, we also have more of the 1.3 update on the way, with the second phase right around the corner. So I'll be keeping you guys updated on that, so stay tuned. But with that, let's not waste any time and get right into it. So the biggest rumor right now is that Enfield could be getting its own new mode. This is a roguelike mode sometime around version 1.5 or version 1.6. That is the release date that we have for it right now. And honestly, this shouldn't come as a huge surprise. Ever since launch, one of the biggest requests from players has been more repeatable endgame content, and now we finally have one on the way. Apparently, they've been testing and reworking this mode for around 8 months already, so they've been working on this for quite a long time, which honestly sounds believable because building a permanent roguelike mode is not something you just throw together in one patch. We know that the original Arknights have integrated strategies, and that's one of the most beloved game modes in the entire game. So naturally, a lot of players have been wondering when Enfield would eventually get something similar, and now from what the sources say, this new mode might actually be bigger than people expected. From what's been described with this mode, apparently this mode is going to have a own built-in progression, even its own gacha-like reward system. Now before, I know a lot of players, we hear gacha with this new mode, but it doesn't mean spending more premium currency. Instead, what people are speculating is that you'll earn currency directly from playing the mode and use that currency to basically unlock the rewards, but in a similar type of gacha way. Apparently, the first major reward obtainable through this mode, and here it says we're getting Typhon completely free. Now this is very interesting. Apparently, Typhon herself may become available through the roguelike mode, and that's a character set to come out in the later updates. Now, there are still different interpretations on exactly how this would work. Some believe there would be a dedicated banner system inside the mode, and where you can spend currency to gradually unlock rewards. Others think it could function more like a long-term progression path, where eventually farming enough resources allows you to recruit her. Either way, it's basically a free endgame character event that we get, but it's going to be permanent, and the idea of getting a free character simply by playing the endgame content honestly sounds pretty exciting. So from the looks of it, we're getting a free Typhon, and I think this is one of the biggest reasons people are taking these rumors seriously, because if we eventually start seeing a Typhon character inside the game around version 1.4, or they start teasing her earlier, this would eventually give us even more confirmation to everything else being mentioned with this new mode. And honestly, Typhon is already one of the most popular characters from Arknights, so seeing her arrive in Enfield would generate a ton of hype, especially being a completely free 6-star character. But we also have some more crazy info, because apparently every new iteration of the roguelike mode would include exclusives to content. The first storyline is set to revolve around Sami and the reconstruction of the gate, while also expanding on the primary opposing forces across Talos 2. But yeah, basically this could become a way for the game to tell us side stories and world building narratives without needing to dedicate an entire main story chapter to them. And honestly, I do like that idea. One of the strengths of Arknights has always been its lore, and Enfield has already started introducing some really interesting mysteries across this game, so having an entirely new mode dedicated to expanding those stories could become one of the best things they've added. Now if we talk about the gameplay itself, because this is where things get really interesting, we do have some talk about the gameplay, and according to the sources, this mode will apparently feature base building elements, a skill tree progression, a new system, even turn-based combat mixed together with Enfield normal action gameplay. Right away, this does sound pretty ambitious. There's a lot going on here, but the picture that smaller encounters might use some sort of turn-based system, while larger encounters and bosses would transition into the normal action combat we're already familiar with within the game. So this is how we think the gameplay is going to look like based on the early sources, and alongside that, players would eventually unlock upgrades and build out progression trees during their runs. So we'll see how this is officially inside the game, but right now, this is what we have on this new mode. And another thing here, according to the info, it says new 5-star characters are soon to be added in the future as well. So this is pretty good news as we are due for more 5 stars. We keep getting 6-star characters and no new 5 stars. So it would be nice to have more 5-star characters being introduced in the game. I know this is something a lot of players have been asking since launch. Especially adding more 5 stars operator will help flesh out the roster and provide more variety for team building. Especially if there are really good characters, it would be a better way for free-to-play players to build more teams. And especially if some of these characters become obtainable through the new game mode, even better without the traditional banners. So honestly, this could become one of the healthiest ways to expand the game long term, with thanks to this new endgame mode, not only giving us a new character or even the 5-star characters that we think we'll get, but of course a recurring source of endgame resources. Now again, I do want to stress that everything we talked about in today's video is still early info, and most of it is most likely speculation. Nothing here has been officially confirmed, but what's interesting is that a lot of different sources seem to agree on several key points. The fact that we're getting a roguelike mode arriving in version 1.5 or 1.6, there's a lot of testing and we're working on it. We're getting Typhon for free, obtainable through the mode, which is a upcoming 6-star operator in 1.5 or 1.6. We got exclusive story updates with this new mode, base building, skill tree progression, the gameplay, and additional 5-star characters being added in future updates. So honestly, even if half of this ends up being true, we now have a lot to look forward to for the future of Arknights Enfield. I know one thing many players have been asking for is more permanent content, more reasons to keep playing the game, more endgame systems beyond what we already done inside the game, and a roguelike mode with unique stories, progression systems, and free characters could easily become one of the biggest additions since launch. So this is quite the massive news, but I want to hear from you guys from what we talked about in today's video, the concept and everything. Would you like to see Enfield get its own version of basically the roguelike mode that the original Arknights game has be added in this game? And if Typhon really does become free through this mode, would you actually grind this mode for her? Let me know down below. And if you guys did enjoy the video, as I'll try to keep you guys updated more on the channel for more Arknights Enfield news. We do have the second phase that's going to come out by next week for 1.3, so I'll for sure keep you guys updated on that. Stay tuned for that one. But for now, if you guys enjoyed, like the video, subscribe, turn on notifications for more Arknights Enfield news. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.